Hey, Dark Hour 717 here, and exciting news. The live universe has finally gotten patch 3.12.1 and should be showing version 6975085. I'm extremely excited about this. I loved playing this in the PTU. We had a lot of good experiences in there, very smooth. A couple of bumps at the very beginning, but things got better as the patch versions in the PTU continue to come out. Right now, there was no full wipe. Persistence is enabled, and only a few little known issues that they have here. Some or all of the players' items that should be kept after a character database reset are lost. That is something that we've dealt with. Most of the time, it's minimal items, but some people have been affected in regards to the large quantity of items disappearing, so that is a known issue. Also, a player's ship can enter a state where it cannot be retrieved. That's not uncommon at any point in this game. I think we've all experienced that. This is definitely one that, for graphics cards, lighting shadow issues affecting players using AMD 6800 and 6900 graphics cards. Some issues coming out with those, so keep an eye out with that if you have those graphic cards. As far as other things going on after the known issues, Delamar is gone. May we have a moment of silence for Levski. Okay, that's long enough. Alright, so hopefully everybody who got their last visits in yesterday to Levski before it went away today with this patch, be aware that any of the ships that were at Tues or any of the weapons, armors, things like that, they have been moved to other locations throughout the verse, whether it be a Lagrange station or Microtech, Hurston, Area 18. Those are at other locations now. The only thing that did not move once Levski went away was the Rico Battaglia missions. Those will return when Levski comes in with Nyx. So they will be back, just don't know how long. So some of the gameplay feature updates that we have are going to be improvements with how the ragdoll physics are handled, and greatly increased angular acceleration of the thrusters, thruster packs, and EVA. Some other information here shows that PvP and PvE bounty missions will now fail if the hunted bounty kills you. So if you go out and hit that bounty and you get killed by who you're supposed to be killing, you've now failed that mission and it is over. No respawning in and going back 15 times to pick up where you left off. It's just gone. Some other things, they've temporarily removed the patrol missions. We covered this in some of the PTU information. These were bugged badly to where you would start the mission, it would not advance to go to the different patrol zones. They have removed those, and those in live universe will also be removed and no longer there. I would imagine later down the road may come back. Keep an eye on it. I love the bounty system the way it's going right now, with the different levels from the very low risk to the extra hard risk, or the VH very hard risk. They've been great, and actually the money payouts have come up. It's one of the best ways to make a UEC in this game, and it is a lot of fun. So other things that they also did was they reduced the starting inventory levels of multiple commodities at the TDDs to prevent the inventory from being constantly maxed out. This has been an ongoing issue for a while. There's word out there that it could be caused by a different type of glitch or bug or whatever you want to call it, that is causing stuff to replicate after refinery missions. I don't have all the information on that. I'm sure there's plenty of things out there talking about that. I know reports have been put in with the issue console. So let's hope that this improves the ability to find your sell your refined materials, and also improve the trading aspect of the game and get people back into that, because there's a lot of people that love doing those things. I enjoy it. I haven't been able to do it much with the systems not being allowed to sell. Before this patch, I had 500,000 in Quantanium sitting in a ship that I was able to sell at about 2 SCU per 10 minutes. So hopefully that will improve that, and they've addressed the other issues. The other thing is they've increased the availability of prison repair missions. This was definitely something, if you ever catch our streams, we end up there a lot. Danger can knock down a 12-hour sentence into basically about an hour, hour and a half with those repair missions, but they've been not showing up as often. So it looks like they've improved that, so you have more opportunity to do that and get yourself out of jail faster if you don't want to do the escape. Other things they've done is optimizations to help with the AI flight movement when the server frame rate is erratic. One of the big things in PTU they were talking about was also the movement of the AI in the bounty missions and all that, the hair turns that they would make, 180-degree flip going one direction and immediately going in the other direction. I believe that may also be involved with that, and just the change to the AI to help make that more natural movement and more bound by physics. Some of the major bug fixes, and this is just a lot of this information is just the major points. There's still other information. I would recommend you go in and check the patch notes for yourself. But some of the major bug fixes that they did was they fixed an issue causing the claim function to not be available at the ASOP terminals. Again, chips not being respawnable, not anything new to those that have been in the game for even just a couple months. Hopefully this will improve that issue, cut down on the amount of times people have to do character resets or other things to get it to come back. That will be a big improvement to fix that. The other one is they fix an issue causing ships to not be able to restock. That's going to be your fuel, your hydrogen, your quantanium fuel, your ammo, things like that. Also, vehicle damage charges are now going to be given to the correct people when two ships collide. I've gotten a lot of, if you ever watch the videos, I've gotten a lot of crime stats that way when I wasn't even in my ship. So that's going to be a interesting one. They fixed an issue that was causing the prison kiosks to give a transaction failed message when selling minerals. This is going to be huge. This has been going on for quite a while with being able to get out of prison in either in a legal manner, collecting those rocks, doing your mining, depositing them and getting your merits or your credits so that you can get out sooner. According to this should have fixed that issue, and everybody will be able to get out either through the O2 missions, going through and doing the mining, or doing the jailbreak. That's going to be a huge improvement. And my experience in 3.12, 1 PTU, we all know that doing the jailbreak, the fan was an issue. It worked, it wouldn't work. You'd have to hop servers 3-4 times before you got a fan that would work. You could glitch yourself through it. You may not be able to. When I was in 3.12.1, the fan worked every single time. So that's a great improvement. No more hopping servers because you go to jail and you want to do an escape. That seemed to be fixed. Hopefully that will carry over as well too, so that will no longer deter people from playing because they may not be able to get out or have to go through the issue of having to constantly go in and out of menus to find a server that is actually working on. So some other things as we go along here, they fix an issue causing players to get a broken multi-tool if they go to jail with leg armor on. That's been going on for a while. Also, shields should no longer be able to be penetrated by laser scatter guns. Those are the dominants. Those were OP in 3.12. That's been fixed now. They will no longer be as OP as they were. They will go back to normal. Talon Strike should now be able to fire its missiles and not have that issue where it won't be able to. They also fixed the multiple first-person shooter weapons not having collision on the front to where they can go through the wall, shoot things, be through the wall, and everything there. That was minor. I never experienced that myself, but I have heard of people doing that. So the other thing that we've got is players' ships should no longer become unresponsive after mining an asteroid. That's going to be great because mining is one of the most popular things in game. The more that they can get that corrected, the better it's going to be. Turrets at rest stops will now respawn correctly after being destroyed, so no more destroying them, having a couple hours, because sometimes there's 8 to 10 of us and it takes some time to clear those out. We will now have to go back to worrying about those respawning in after or during, doing our crime stats. That's may even be a benefit to some because it could give you some coverage while you're in there from other people coming to get you. So They also have bounty targets should no longer take a long time to spawn. This is when you get to the bounty. It's not exactly there on site immediately. You wait 3, 4, 5 minutes and it's still not there. That's going to be fixed now. They will be coming in much quicker now with less wait time to get that all taken care of. That wait time can be very annoying sometimes. They also fixed the mission that was only paying out 45 AUEC. It has been corrected, much like it was in the PTU, to pay out the full 45,000 when you're going after the Arlington gang leader, Maltrox Arlington. So trying to split 45 AUEC between 10, 11 people is really bad. Players can no longer clip through the Idris. Okay, this is everybody's favorite thing to do. We knew it was coming. The Idris is no longer stealable. I know somebody's going to go out there, and I'm sure they're going to try everything under the sun to get this thing, fly it like they were in 312. RSI CIG is saying it's fixed. No one can steal it. So what I don't put it past people to still try. And I wouldn't put it past people to still find a way to do it, but they're saying you should no longer be able to do that anymore as it is. Also, the claim jumper missions have been fixed. This was a big one because claim jumpers is a great way to make AUEC. But you get there, the turrets or the buoys, whatever you want to call them, they would not come in. You could not finish it. That should be fixed now, and claim jumpers should be back on the table for that easy 10,000 AUEC. And also those personal mission ones with the beacons, as far as the equivalent to claim jumpers on the personal tab. You should be able to get those done now and get that decent amount of AUEC for that. Also, let's see here. They are also saying that players should now be able to use the interaction system to power on the Nox, which is a good thing. Andromeda landing gear deploy animation should now be fully working. They also fix an issue causing weapon rays not to work near objects while in EVA. And players will no longer be able to duplicate mine gems infinitely. Now, this could also play back to that whole cargo commodity thing, is duplicating mine gems. I'm not sure if that applies also to the duplicating of the refined ores. Hopefully it will, and it will take care of that issue. They've fixed some issues with the refinery terminals, but that more implies the goodbye and exit screens. So I'm hoping they've got that all fixed, because that will open up a wide range of different things in the verse to do that was cut off for a while. They also got CRUL5 fixed, so you can get to it from most areas without it being obstructed. That has been a pain in the ass since I can remember. There's other stations that do it occasionally, but that CRUL5 was a big one for me, because I do go out there and mine occasionally, but you had to go, usually for me I would go to HER-L3 from wherever I was and then go from there to CRUL5, but sometimes HER-L3 even did the same thing. And the Eclipse torpedo animation is now correctly playing. And on the technical side, they fixed a number of client crashes, 14 they say, and 10 server crashes. They also fixed 2 main thread deadlocks, and they did some optimizations on the back end. Again, these are just some of the highlights and probably about half of what's listed here. Go check out the patch notes for yourself. I'll put a link in the comments to it. But hopefully this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to get in here and do this. I love this in PTU. Check our stream out tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see how it's going once we get in there. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and follow on Twitch. And then keep an eye out for the things that are coming down the road for the org, as well as check out the org Amarok's Fang. And join up, send in an application. We welcome everybody. We'd love to have you. Just make sure you get that Discord information so you can join our comms. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you soon.